Syverson Strege started in 1997. It was founded by John Syverson and David Strege. They came from the insurance world and thought there's got to be a better way to provide financial planning. And that means covering all the various facets of someone's financial life, not just their investments. So we help them with estate planning, insurance, retirement planning. With investments, we help them too, but that's just one of 6 components of a comprehensive financial plan. We've grown to 23 employees, and we have around 550 clients that we serve. Today, we're meeting with some of our farm families on site in their operation. What makes farm families really special is their story. Oftentimes it comes from really humble beginnings. Seeing that evolution from where they started to where they're at today is really inspiring.
My dad's dream was to have us all farm together. He had had a farm sale at the age of 18 before he went to the service, came home from the Navy and started farming. And in 1968, my older brother Ron graduated from college, and he and my dad started Brook Farms.
When we're working with farm families and doing financial planning, usually it's not just one perspective. You have a family's worth of perspectives.
I have an older sister, Pat, then me, and then my twin brothers, Kenneth and Henry. And then Gary was the youngest, so there's 5 of us. You got to know your brothers pretty well after working with them for 51 years. It had to become a business relationship as much as being siblings.
For us, it's about hearing what all those perspectives are and making sure that we're not just favoring, one particular goal that the family has, because there'll be multiple goals and we need to put those in harmony and compromise in some areas to make sure that the family is going to be happy with the outcome and not just one particular piece of the family.
I think what really triggered it for me was the what ifs. If you don't do anything, what would happen or could happen if we didn't have some kind of plan in.
Our son was always interested in the farm, but we just didn't see that there was a path forward with how could he afford to come in and buy a share of the land.
I always have said that I want to go before him because I don't want to have to deal with the paperwork. And I voiced this once in one of our meetings with Matt and Lance, and they said, "You don't need to worry, you just call us and we'll take care of it." It was just like a load off the shoulders.
It's really tough when somebody passes away, but the last thing you want is a big mess because you didn't have a succession plan in place and everybody's scrambling and trying to figure out who's going to do what, how's the ownership going to work. So a lot of education is done so they know what they're getting themselves into and then feel confident to make financial decisions that'll benefit their future.
Syverson Strege made it much easier for us to do this plan. I trusted him. It kept us from having to argue whatnot between ourselves and how to do it. They came up with some ideas we wouldn't have.
They were willing to listen to us, I think was a good way to put it. They listened to what we had to say and then went from there.
The average age of farmers, like 65 or something in Illinois, and there's not children coming in because they can't figure out how to bring them in. This succession planning and the structure we put in makes it possible for the next generation to come in, yet those that were founders of the farm still have a say, and we didn't have to sell any farmland.
They're part of the family now. I can sit down with them, talk about things that I probably wouldn't say to some other people, but they are part of the family now. But I can look at a number of the original farm families who amassed, sizable farms, and they're gone now. They just know planning for the next generation.
It's nice knowing they won't have to go through actually what we did. And it was Syverson Strege that gave us this plan to do it.